What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. In today's video, we are breaking down another comic collection up for sale, this time for $12,000. And I really did a full, thorough breakdown of fair market value, and I'm presenting the offer that I made for this collection, or that I would make for this collection. If you guys aren't subscribed for the channel, please take the time to do so. Check out all the links in the description below as well, including the link to my Whatnot store. That's right, I don't do the live streams anymore, the live sales, but I have a storefront on Whatnot where I have hundreds of books listed. I'm adding more every week. I'm open to offers, and if you guys aren't signed up for the app, you can click the link below and sign up that way and get $10 off of your first order, and it doesn't have to be an order for me. So guys, go check out the store, see if there's any books that you like, throw an offer in. I'm just trying to move some books, but let's get into this video. So first and foremost, if you guys watch my channel, you know how we're going to do this. Is it worth it? Is this collection worth it? Let's read what this seller wrote. Thought that I would give this a try again. I got a comic collection that I'm trying to sell. The majority of it is vintage or Silver Age Batman. Complete set of Civil War comics, Punisher, ASM, Wolverine, and a whole bunch of other fillers. Now, I'm not sure what he means by, I think he was just saying I have a complete set of the Civil War series, but grammatically wise, he made it seem like it was a Civil War, Punisher, and ASM. I clarified that with the seller. I think he's just saying he has a complete Civil War limited series, but he does also have some Punisher, some ASM, some Wolverine, and a bunch of other fillers. I am not selling separately. I want to sell the collection altogether for $12K total. Please contact me for any info or questions. Now let's look at what he's got here. You can see some boxes here, some stuff here. We're going to go into these images. He's got a 9.2 Werewolf #1. I broke down fair market value to all of this stuff, guys, by the way, and I'm really going to break it down. Here's a Walking Dead #100, first appearance of Negan, signed by Dean, whatever his name is, that Morgan that played him. There it is, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. We got Batman #92 in a 4.5. I know you guys can't see the grades there. This is Batman 359 in a 7.0. We got Detective 171 in a 6.0. We got a cameo Mary Jane, ASM Raw 25, and 298 signed by Stan. Here's the whole list of, or these are the graded comics. And again, I broke down all of these. Tech 171, Batman 92, Tech 359, ASM 300 and a 9.2, Secret Wars 8 and a 9.6. Lots of good stuff here. We got the, Batman Harley Quinn, first appearance of her not in continuity in a 9.8. There's the Werewolf by Night. We got first Doomsday in a 9.8. First cover appearance of Mary Jane, ASM 59 and a 9.0. Lots of good stuff there, for sure. There's Wonder Woman signed by Gal. There it is. And here's just some raw stuff. Lots of good fun. Bronze to silver. World's Finest. The World's Finest doesn't get a lot of money. It's definitely like a D-list. I love the run, by the way, but a lot of good Batman 12-cent stuff. A lot of Detective 12-cent stuff. And even 10-cent stuff. 10-cent being like early Silver Age, not Golden Age 10-cent. A few little ASM. This is a first cover appearance of Gwen. More, we got Poison Ivy. Again, I got fair market value for all this stuff, guys. Lots of signatures, but not anything that would add a lot of value. A lot of modern Batman and, Copper and modern Batman as well. But Batman's always fun, some 15-cent Battlestar Galactica #1. Here, lots of great. You had the first Silver Age Penguin. Lots of great Silver Age Batman stuff. New Gods #1. It looks to be kind of in probably, I think a lot of this raw stuff is, I'm just estimating to be in mid-grade. Killer Croc, little decent Key. Again, some more Jim, how do you say his name? Aparo. Great Batman artist. But again, a lot of these signatures aren't going to add a lot of value to these books. Some Frank Miller, Daredevil. Again, Silver Age World's Finest. There's the issue 200, 423. Assuming this is a first print. Solid book. Obviously, iconic McFarlane work. So, and I got a breakdown. So basically, this is the magazine reprint of help me out here. What are the magazine reprints called? I'm blanking on it right now. There are 1,500 comic books roughly in this collection. 1,500. Okay, he's asking 1,200 for the lot, but he's already said after the post, he already said I would take 10K for this lot. 1,500 books at 10K. Now, roughly, I think it's about 1,000 of them are Silver Age books. Okay, and out of that 1,000, there's about 250 that are Silver Age. There's first Red Hood. Roughly 250 are Batman. So either Batman or Detective Comics Silver Age stuff. So that means about 500 books in the collection are either Bronze Age all the way up to modern. A lot of DC stuff. Of course, you saw a little bit of some independent stuff. There's the boxes. So solid. There they are sitting out. Solid little collection here, guys. A few graded books. You know, we're going to break this down. So I'm going to pull up my breakdown here, guys. Now, again, I pieced out every graded book here. And these are all based on the grade that they are. And you could see here like Werewolf by Night, #1, $600. And this is rough estimated current fair market value for what these books are selling. Batman 92 and the Tech 349 are going to be the most valuable at 1,000 and 1,100 there. But some solid stuff here. ASM 300 and a 9.2 at 500 here. You know, that Harley Quinn, the Batman Harley Quinn, I got it at about 350 right now. But that's about $5,000 right there just in a market value, a fair market value in this current market for those graded books, right? And then when I went through the pictures that were listed, now this individual didn't have a list, but I went through all that I showed you. I picked out everything that was worth over $100 and I listed it here. So you got the Batman 181 at about 300. And again, I'm assuming these are like very good. These are around the very good range. So a nice mid-grade. Some of them looked a little more beat up than that. Outside of this ASM 298 here. And I assume that was like in a near mint range. Signed by Stan, I put out about 350. All this other stuff, assuming it's at least around a very good. Those raw keys that I saw are going to total about $1,650. You know, everything else that we saw can range anywhere from $5. Like some of those World Finest, I mean, good luck getting $5 for them. Some of the Detective and Batmans that are the 10 cent and the 12 cent that aren't specific keys, depending on condition, anywhere from $20 to maybe even $50 or $60. So this is what I did. So right there, you got almost 7,000 right there in more of a secondary market retail value of what you could sell those for, right? Now, here's the breakdown right here. Like I was stating, there's roughly 1,000 Silver Age book. And out of those 1,000, there's roughly 250 Batman or Detective Comics. There's roughly 500 bronze to modern books right there, right? Now, the individual said that he would take 10K for the lot. So we're putting that at roughly, this individual is roughly selling this lot for $6.67 a book. Now, what have I said in every video that I've done about selling in bulk? When you sell in bulk, when you want to dump off a collection of 1,500 books, even if it's vintage, even if it's Silver Age, even if there's some graded books, even if there's some keys, you're going to attract resellers, dealers. That's the main people that are going to look at this book and say, okay, this is something that I'm interested in. Why? Because most collectors don't buy in bulk. They buy specific characters, specific titles, and they are specific to where they spend their money. And if they're dropping $10,000, $12,000, they're going to be more specific to it. But here's the good thing about this collection. This collection is very Batman specific. And while, you know, 250 isn't all the Batman, that's 12-cent and 10-cent stuff. So there's a lot more Batman in here too. Even the world's finest stuff has Batman in it. So this could definitely attract a Batman collector. And look, $10,000, again, a lot of collectors spend a lot of money. There is a focus here. Plus, there is a focus on vintage. There's a focus on age. Now, if you guys looked at those last videos that I did about the vintage collection for $13K, oh, this could be great. And it turned out that dude kind of wasn't transparent about what he had. It ended up not being worth it. The majority of it was, you know, dollar bin stuff, $2 stuff, $3 stuff. This right here, I think, from what I have here, is a much better bang for your buck, even as a collector, right? So let's see what else I wrote here. If you can roughly take the 250 Silver Age Batman that are sold and you sell them at $20 a piece, which again, looking at condition, a lot of them are going to be a nice solid $15 to $25 books. Some of them are going to be a little more. If you sell those alone at $20 a piece, you can make $5,000 back on those. If you take the remaining 750 Silver Age books and you sell them at $5 a piece, where again, some of those world's finest, $5, but again, now I don't know what else is in there. This is where I still don't have a list, and I don't know. It could be some Superman, it could be some war stuff. Who knows what's in there? But if you sell them at $5 a piece, that's another $3,750. And then if you sold the remaining $500 books that are bronze to modern, which we know there's a lot of Batman in there. I mean, we saw Killer Croc first appearance. We saw some Bane books. If you sold those at just $2 a piece, that's another $1,000, right? So if you were able to sell the slab books at that market value, and if you were able to sell these raw keys right here at market value, and you were able to sell the Silver Age Batmans at $20 a piece, the remaining Silver Age at $5 a piece, and the remaining modern or bronze to modern at just $2 a piece, that would be a total of $16,450 roughly. Now, the seller, I think, did a good job because the seller did state that there was roughly $17K in market value. I think he was pretty spot on. So again, is $10K a solid price for this book? Well, if you were to go into a comic book store and you were a Batman collector and you wanted to buy those 250 Silver Age Batman books, you probably would pay around roughly, again, $5,000. And I think that's conservative. I think that's lowballing it because some of those books in there, some of those 10-cent Batmans and detectives, you're going to be able to sell those for more than $20 a book. I think that's a solid price. $5,000. You'd be dropping $5,000 retail right there if you go into an LCS. And again, you got, let's go back up here. You know, you got a good few $1,000s in Batman keys. I think that this would be a decent buy at $10,000 because of what you're getting, what the future value would be 10 years from now, 15 years from now, right? You also have the potential, if you're local, to go see the collection and see what else is in there. There might be a lot more in there that speaks to you. Now, if I was buying this as a collector, does that mean I would stop at 10K? Or would I kind of talk them down more? I would. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I always say, as a buyer, pitch low, offer low. As a seller, offer high. And you guys can always work some middle ground. But now, what would I do if I was a reseller? This is a great collection. From what I know, and I don't even have the list and know all the books, but from what I see overall, this is a great collection at the right price as a reseller. You get the slab keys, you get the raw keys, you get a lot of great Batman stuff because as a reseller, when you're looking for collections, what do you want in there? What do you want? Now, obviously, you want more vintage than modern, but you also want title and characters. You want Spider-Man, number 1, X-Men, Batman, and, you know, you could throw in, you might even throw in Wonder Woman before you even throw in Superman, because unless you start getting down into early Silver Age Superman too, where there's a lot of those keys. But to know that it is vintage and there is a lot of Silver Age and there's a lot of the top A-list characters, at least for DC, a lot of Batman. There's not much more ASN than what we saw, even though there was a good solid keys like 300, 298 signed by Stan. This is a great collection to have for the right price. So what would my offer be as a reseller, as a dealer? My asking price in this market would be no higher than 40% of that market value, which would be roughly under $7K. I think I had it at about $6,800. That would be my highest offer, unless I went and saw this collection in person, right? And there was some more keys in there, even if they were Bronze Age keys or Copper Age keys or Modern keys that were valued over $100 each, I would still offer no more than 40%, but I would revalue the total fair market value of the collection and then change the 40% to that. So if I go in and I'm like, damn, there's a few more keys in here, I'm gonna value this collection at 20K. So I'm gonna go in and say, well, what's 40% of 20K, next to 17K? So that would be, like roughly 8K would then be my offer. So out of all the videos that I did, everyone, this was my favorite one. Out of all the collections, this is my favorite one. I wish I was local to this seller. The seller did say that he did have somebody coming to look at him. I think his valuation of the lot was great. I wish he had a list or maybe even just some more pictures, although there was a lot of pictures. My offer as a reseller, again, would be no more than 7K as is. He was asking 10K. I think that's a solid asking price. Who knows? Maybe I go and we settle on 8.5 maybe if there's some other good stuff in there. As a collector, if I had money and if I was a Batman collector, 10K, maybe come and say, well, how about 9K? That would be a solid asking price. And as a collector, I would have a great collection added to my collection that I already have. That's my take on this, guys, and I really put in the work to break this down. I want to know what you all think. What do you think of the collection? Are you a dealer? Are you a reseller? What would your asking price be? As a collector, what would your asking price be? And what do you think of the take that I gave in terms of my numbers and what I would offer? Thank you all again so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Be well, and until next time.